In this video, I will continue talking about solving equations. The video will cover F7 and F8. In F7, we will now deal with variables on both sides of the equation. Let's see how that looks like. The first equation has 5x on the left-hand side, so as usual, we'll draw 5x. The right-hand side has 2x and 12. First, we'll deal with the 2x. Notice that I drew them the same length, because this x is an unknown, but it is the same unknown on both sides. Therefore, the length of the x on both sides would be the same. We have 2x, so we need to continue. And then we have 12. We know that 2x plus 12 equals 5x, so the bar on the top will equal to the bar on the bottom. Now we look at how can we calculate the value of x. First of all, we can get rid of something. We know that this x is the same as this x, so we can cross them out. And we know that this x is the same as this x, so we can cross them out from both sides. And what we are left with is that 3x equals to 12. We are now at a better position to work out what is the value of 1x. We know that 3x is going to 12, therefore 1x will be 12 divided by 3, and that is 4. Therefore x equals 4. Now let's look at the second example. Here we have that 6x equals to x plus 40. First we'll draw the 6x. This 6x equals to x plus 40, which we'll draw at the bottom. X plus 40. The two sides are equal, therefore the bar at the top equals to the bar at the bottom in length. We can do what we did before. This x is the same as this x, therefore we can get rid of them. And what we are left with is that 5x equals to 40. From here, we can work out the value of 1x by dividing 40 into 5 parts. X equals to 8. Pause the video now and have a look at the last question. Can you work it out? This will be my bar model. 4x on the left hand side equals to 2x plus 10 on the right hand side. We can cross out what is equal, and we now realize that 2x equals to 10. Therefore, we can work out how much is 1x by just halving 10. X equals to 5. Don't forget to line up your work and the equal signs in a straight line to make your work neat, tidy, and easy to follow. We'll now look at F8. In F8, we'll deal with variables on both sides again, but this time it will require us 3 steps to work out what is the value of our unknown. Let's look at the first example. As always, we start with drawing our bar model. The left hand side is 6x plus 2. We draw 6 x's plus an additional 2, and this will equal to 2x plus 22. 1x, another x, and 22. Our first step will be to realize that whatever is equal on both sides, we can just get rid of it. So we have an x and another x here, and an x which is equal to that x. So what we're left with is that 4x plus 2 equals to 22. We can now do what we did earlier, which is realizing that 2 here can also be found here. And if we write that 2 here, then 22 will just become 20. Therefore, we can write that 4x equals to 20. From here, we can very simply find what is the value of x, because we can just see that 4x's go into 20, which means that 1x will be 20 divided by 4, which is 5. Now let's look at another example. Here, my left-hand side is 5y plus 3. Let's draw the bar model. On the right-hand side, we have 2y plus 12. We can follow the exact same steps as before. We start with this y, which equals to that y, and y equals to y again. Therefore, what we're left with is 3y plus 3 equals to 12. The next step is to get rid of this 3 here. This 3 can be written in the bottom as well, which means that the 12 will change into a 9. Our next line of working out is that 3y equals to 9. From here, we can work out the value of y, because we realize that 3y is going to 9, therefore 1y has to be 3. Pause the video here and have a go at the last example. This will be my bar model, and now we can follow the exact same steps as in the previous two questions. First step, we cross out the variables, and we can write that 3z plus 10 equals to 31. Next step, the 10. From this step we can write that 3z equals to 21. All is left is to find the value of z. The value of z will be 21 divided by 3, which is 7. With multiple lines of working out here in F8, it is all the more important to line up your work in a straight line at the equation signs, so as to make your work neat, tidy, and easy to follow. We can now compare what we learned in this video. Start by pausing the video and taking a look at these two questions. Draw your bar model, draw out all the steps, and work out the value of x. The first question can be drawn on a bar model like this. We have 4x on the left hand side, which will equal to 2x plus 20 on the right hand side. 2x plus 20. X equal to x. It doesn't matter on which side it is, so we can cross it out. And what we are left with is that 2x equals to 20. From here, we can find the value of x. Because 2x going to 20, that means 1x has to be 10. Now we move on to the second example. Notice the difference between the first and the second example is the additional 14 on the left hand side. So let's draw the bar model. 4x plus 14 equals to 2x plus 20. First things first, we cross out the x's, and we are left with 2x plus 14 equals to 20. Now we deal with the 14. 14 on the top, 14 on the bottom. The 20 changes into a 6, which leaves us with 2x equals to 6. Therefore 1x will be 3. Now you know how to solve F7 and F8 questions as well.